a narrowly snatched point at Bournemouth's home. How do you feel?
I feel happy. Very, very happy.
Happy?
Yes, of course. When was the last time I scored? I feel very, very happy. You see, we are not looking at the wins anymore. We are not looking at... In fact, Liverpool has already won the league, so we might as well say the league is over for us that are not going to the Champions League through the table. You understand? It's only Arsenal, Chelsea, and Newcastle and Man City that can say, okay, they have something to get. We are not going to be relegated. The relegation teams have already been confirmed. You understand? What we are just trying to do is to see how well we can play the new formation that Amorim is trying to play. And the fact that we got 1 point away to Bournemouth, I don't think anyone should be unhappy. It's a good draw. Although when they were 10 man down, I felt like we could have gotten more from the game. But anyway, we didn't lose the game. Hojlund got on the score sheet, and that's okay.
And I feel a little bit... I'm sorry, but I feel a little bit disappointed for you saying that you're okay with the draw.
Yes, no, I'm okay because, one, we cannot overly put ourselves in the game. We have a Europa League match to play. We cannot commit all our energy and everything to the game. Two, no matter the scoreline, it does not change our season. It does not make it any much worse or any better. You understand? So all we are looking at as United fans is to see how well this team can actually play this formation. We want to see how balanced we can be. We already know Bournemouth. They are very physical. They are very dominating. So to see the progress Amorim is making, we have to see how much competition they can give to Bournemouth on the pitch across those vitals. Can you compete with them with the ball? Can you physically compete? Can you compete in possession? Can you compete in chance creation? I think all of that today, except for physicality, I think we did every other thing right.
All right, so let's talk about Dogu today. Dogu's game today. I saw every Manchester United bully. Will I say bully or insulting him today, saying he's a mummy? What can you say about that? Do you feel he's okay as a player?
Well, Dogu is an example of why he shouldn't go for players 30 million that are worth 80 million. You understand? Dogu is 30 million and he's 20. When we are talking about Manchester United, you know how big this club is. You know how big the pressure is. When you come, no matter how good you are expected to perform. Dogu is still in his gestation age. He's still growing. He's still trying to understand the role, the job, and everything. So a lot of mistakes will come, and Manchester United is not the place to make it. We are not a grooming club. If we were going to bring somebody to play that role, it should be a seasoned professional, somebody who knows how to play the role. Dogu is doing all those mistakes because that is what he should be doing at this age. Should be making those mistakes at this age. It's a learning curve. You understand? That is why, honestly, we need to be honest with ourselves. Manchester United is not a breeding ground for talent that is not yet fulfilled. You ought to know what you're doing. You ought to know how to play already. You ought to know how to, play like a, solid this thing before you come to Manchester United. All the criticisms, all the insult he's getting is for the fact that he has decided to play for Man U. So you have to be ready. You have to be ready.
All right, so Ugarte and Mason Mount was on fire. They was able to spark up Manchester United team than Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo. Yeah. Any concerns for Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo's game today?
Well, I think Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro actually started well in the game. The combinations were right. Casemiro was well seated. I think if we didn't look at the goal Bournemouth scored, I think those two didn't really struggle in the middle of the pack. The only problem that the two of them were lacking was that they were lacking creativity. The entire creativity body fell on, what's the name of this guy? Bruno. So, what's the name? Kobe was trying to drive inside and do some things. The passes from Casemiro too was too boring and too lazy, you understand? But in the moment Ugarte and Mason Mount came inside the game, you could see the spark. The energy. Mason Mount was more in the final third, more in the 80-yard box of, what's the name of this guy? Bournemouth. And I think he got on two shots. He played 2 shots. It was unlucky not to score a coiler. You get it? That was blocked by Senesi. Honestly, I think Mason Mount and Ugarte brought much more energy, more spark, more imagination into the attacking area. So good one.
And that of Mazraoui, how do you see how he played today?
Well, I don't think Mazraoui anything changed in his game. I think it's more or less the way we normally see him. Not too incredible, not so it's just average in every sense. You get and stable. I can say he was stable today. You get he was really stable. He's one of those people that when the game begins, you don't expect anything bad from. And so I'm good.
All right, let's talk about Luke Shaw today. Luke Shaw has this one or two, fault in terms of trying to make some one or two, but progressing the ball, knowing what to do with the ball is amazing. How do you see how he played today? He coordinated that side when Dogu went on the other side. He was trying to coordinate that side.
I think when Luke Shaw started to play the left wing back row, you could see the difference between his crosses and that of Dogu. The crosses between the crosses between that of Luke Shaw and Dogu is like night and day. It's very clear. The crosses were more dangerous, more precise, and it was coming at the right time. This is what experience brings you. It's just a shame Luke Shaw is the type of player that he is, not always available, not always as fit as you want him to be, but honestly, the sheer quality of Luke Shaw is second to none. He is a master of that left back position. It's just a shame that we don't always have him around. Honestly, you could see that when Dogu left and he came there, the entire pressure started to come to the left side because he started to go there. Even Garnacho started to get more involved in the game because Luke Shaw knew how to carry the ball, when to pass it, when to cross. Everything was just working very fine. And I'm so grateful we scored, honestly.
All right, so your boy Hojlund scored today. After was it how many months?
Honestly, see, I can't remember the last time Hojlund scored, honestly, because I have every right to forget. Yes. I cannot remember. But I'm grateful he scored. This one is way out of the club with the way things are, the atmosphere and everything. I think the whole atmosphere does not favor him anymore. The pressure is already, destroyed his confidence and everything. I think he's leaving. And the goal that he has scored has helped us increase his market value. You get it? People can now see that our striker can score. You can come. You can score.
With one goal in 6 months.
At least he can score. People can see that he can score. So when you are bringing money, please consider that and bring your funds.
With one goal in 6 months.
It does not matter. But
it matters. But how many goals has he scored in the last 6 months?
Don't worry.
And you are calling how many million pounds?
When it comes to your club, you see that he's a solid player. Honestly, he's a solid player. It's just a shame the type of terrain he's playing, the pressure, the bad state of the team, the club, and everything has affected his own game too.
All right, let's talk about the setup. How you feel about the setup of the game and everything? People who put their mind or who contributed heavily on this game.
Well, I think if we want to be very objective about the way we play, if you look at the Nottingham Forest game we lost, the Wolves game we lost, we were more of the better team. You get it? Even the City game we drew, we were the better side. Do you understand? We were the better side. Goals has been the difference between our performance and the performance of our opponents. If we start to score more goals, I think the negativity around Amorim's pattern and his formation would kind of, just evaporate. It will leave. Because we are not scoring, you can question certain things. In terms of balance, in terms of confidence on the ball, in terms of positional play and everything, I think we are developing well. But the final third connection where we ought to be scoring is missing. And when you are not scoring, you get questioned. You get it? I mean, when Wolves is scoring against you and you're not scoring against them, Nottingham Forest is scoring against you, you're not scoring. You're playing a barren door against City. You're struggling to score a goal against Bournemouth. It calls for a lot of criticisms. But if you look away from if you take away the results from your mind and you want to look at the whole architecture of the game, I think Amorim is actually, the picture is getting clearer by the day. Each game is an indicator of what he wants to do. And hopefully he gets the personnel right. I think we might get it right with him.
But he looks frustrating on the touchline.
Of course, he's cutting a frustrating figure because the goals are not coming. You get it? And obviously, I could see him talking to himself the moment Semenyo scored. He will always mentally you feel like, I think today is going to be a loss again, and it's frustrating. You get it? And it's normal for him. It's normal. It's not easy to be in the technical area, being the one overseeing the team, and every day it's a loss. I think it's frustrating. I'm really glad he got a draw today. And honestly, I was pretty confident I'm not going to lose to Bournemouth. Why? Because I've seen the performance before today. You get? I feel like if not for the goals that are not coming, we've not been really bad. You get? It's just the goals that is taking the credit away from how we've been playing.
But sometimes, okay, fine. Let's talk about this Mazraoui's red card. The red card they gave to Evanilson against Mazraoui. Was that a red card?
Well,
in your opinion?
Well, for me, I wouldn't give the guy a red card because I felt like the guy slipped. You get it? He slipped
because he slipped.
Yes, and then
was there any intention?
The intent of the tackle was supposed to be his right leg going for Mazraoui to just fall him, but because he slipped, the left leg at the base was the one that slipped, so that one just accidentally hit Mazraoui. You understand? And I feel like the red card that the guy in the first half should have gotten for the tackle on Garnacho was the reason why the referee complimented that to that red card. I think on another day they would have debated that thing and the guy would have escaped it. But for me, if I was a center referee, that yellow card would have been enough.
That yellow card would have been enough.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah. Thank you.